What's worse than driving in pitch-black darkness? Why, having to do so in the pouring rain, that's what. We know that it's difficult to make your way downtown or to Aqua Land if it's raining cats, dogs, or even men. If it does wind up raining any of these things or something other than rain during your trip, be sure to call into your nearest watchtower. If you're worried about what to do when the storm comes, just look up at the sky. Your salvation won't be in the form of a bird or a plane. Oh no, it will be a shining beacon beckoning you forward. Each watchtower is equipped with a light that's 50 times more powerful than those puny ones they use on the shore. These puppies were built to last and to shine through any storm. So, if you're ever lost, just follow the light. And keep following it, no matter where it leads you.
At least it wasn't another ad for Aqua Land. That's the one silver lining to this really dark rain cloud. Ugh. Oh, man. The light's on. Great. I am recording right now. Hello, everyone. Pay no attention to whatever I just said. Yeah. You're listening to The Bridge. Ugh, I am so fired. Right, so there's a storm that doesn't want to give up. The good news is our big light is working again, thanks to yours truly, and Bertie, I guess. The bad news is that I can't seem to find anyone. Well, okay, that's a bit of a stretch. I can see Roger clearly enough. He's out on level 3's balcony, just staring off into the water. He's been doing that for a good hour or so. If any of you are worried about him getting drenched, or maybe thrown overboard, fear not. Our balconies are covered and meant to withstand a Category 5 hurricane. Lucky for him. As far as my mother goes, I haven't found much, but I think I have something interesting. You remember how there was a word, one word, left at the Transcontinental Hotel when? Well, when? Anyway, I found a sermon doesn't really seem to be the right word, but that's what it reads like. It was in an old file that was labeled with some really long, really weird name. It's, hold on, let me look at it. Okay. People openly supporting elaborate initiatives, doomed or not. Yeah. I know it sounds a little ridiculous, but when I read the speech, I don't know. The whole thing was kind of like if Hannibal Lecter suddenly wanted to save the rainforest. Yes, Frank, understood. My lack of critical research skills is just appalling. But since I get the message loud and clear, I don't see any need for us to rehash this. Oh, look, the phone hung itself up. Drat. But point taken, maybe I'm reading a little too much into this. It just feels like it has to be related. You know? Here, I'll, do my best to provide an accurate interpretation of it. Does it sound like Satan suddenly wants to celebrate Earth Day? Decide for yourselves. Every living being has a right to exist. But I imagine you agree with that already, don't you? It's not a radical idea. Most people don't need convincing. There are some, I think, that will never be convinced, but I made up my mind a long time ago not to waste my breath trying. I'm not here for them. I'm here for you, back there, near the door. You, who stopped by on your lunch break to see what all the fuss was about. You, who's nodding to what I'm saying, but who isn't quite sure what you can do about it. Let me ask you something. Is existence enough? It wouldn't be for you, would it? If you're standing here listening to my voice, you're not just existing. Think about where you came from, what you had for breakfast, what you're wearing. Maybe you're wearing a new pair of shoes for the first time, or you had a fight with your husband this morning, or they used a different relish on your usual sandwich today. Even on your most commonplace days, your experiences have depth, texture, don't they? You don't just exist on this planet. You live. The inhabitants of this ocean used to have more than existence. They used to have the waves and the silence, the clear water, the open sky. They had their structures, their language, their society. They lived before the bridge and before us. As human beings, we have the luxury of couching our actions however we like. Expansion, manifest destiny, connection. Try to imagine it, if you can. Close your eyes. I'll wait. Picture your home and all your favorite things inside it. All the things those walls hear, all those little exchanges with the people who love you. A place filled with your fingerprints and your sounds. Your life. Now imagine that one day you come home from work to find that someone has moved upstairs, and they tell you it's fine. They wanted that room, and you've never used it anyway. But little by little, they start inching into the rest of your house, tearing down your pictures, staining your walls, breaking those favorite things of yours. Before long, your entire world is polluted by them. Their fingerprints, their sounds, their garbage. I can think of a few choice words for what's been done to this beautiful place. Connection isn't one of them. I'm not here today to paralyze you with guilt, you in the back of the room. This isn't a lecture. This is a call for aid, a plea to address a desperate situation before there's nothing left to address. I am standing here today, begging you to protect life, no matter what form it takes. Because as human beings, we have the luxury of defending our property, our existences, our lives. Well, as they say, turnabout is fair play.
It's time.
Time for...
Us to go to Submare 3. Are you recording again?
Me recording? Maybe I just like the sound of my own voice.
So you're definitely recording.
Okay, so I didn't think that one all the way through.
If you're done here, we have business to attend to.
You should stop hanging out with Roger. You're starting to sound like him.
Just come on. And turn that old thing off, will you? It's not safe.
Is all of this equipment going to spontaneously combust?
Fire isn't what I'm worried about.
That's incredibly vague.
And that's precisely how it'll stay. Submare 3. We should go.
Fine. What's Roger up to anyway? He's been standing on that platform for more than an hour.
Probably still trying to figure out why the chicken crossed the road.
Did you just crack a joke? About Roger?
Was it not funny?
No, it was great. It's just nice to hear someone else make fun of him for once.
Do me a favor. Don't tell him I said that.
Secret's safe with me, as long as that wasn't the last joke you ever tell.
Yeah. Submare 3?
Can we at least bring Kate? I'd feel better down there if she was with us.
Do you anticipate problems?
No, but... you never know. Storms can be a bit difficult sometimes. Especially in the submares.
Fine. She's in the archives. Get her to meet us at the entrance in 10. And kill that recording, will you?
Oh, kill is such a harsh word. Lightning. Why'd it have to be lightning? At least now I know where Kate is.
Please stand by while your party is reached.
No, I don't think this is... Wait. Oh my god, this is it. I didn't think it'd just be here. Oh, I'm still recording. Okay, I hated you for stationing me out here, but you had a point. It was here. It was right here all along. I won't be able to send anything to you. It's too risky, but I can read it. They will bring about the destruction of everything we know. Their discovery is not what will change things, for we've known about their presence long before we had the words to describe them. Instead, it is their freedom that will be our downfall. As long as they live, we are in peril. Nothing will be safe until they are vanquished. Oh, that's nice, vanquished. It is our sacred right. It is our duty. We must protect the innocent and shield them from harm. We must pave the way for a new generation to take our place. We must get rid of the one thing left on this earth that threatens our very existence. Oh. Damn it. Someone tore the rest out. I'll keep looking. Just don't stop listening, okay? No matter what you hear. I won't let you down. I promise.
Kate!
Yes?
You up to anything right now?
Not particularly.
Great. Meet us at the entrance to Submare 3 and 10. We have to, check on things down there.
Sure, sounds fine. I have to go. I'll contact you soon.
But if you leave the hydrangeas out for too long, they're going to...
Kate, oh thank goodness, please tell me something needs to be fixed somewhere.
Isn't that Bertie's job?
You know what? I don't care. I'll do it! Haha, looks like I'm needed elsewhere.
But we haven't finished talking about the flowers.
Time and a place, Bertie.
This storm is going to ruin everything.
Didn't you bring the flowers inside before it started?
Of course I did, but if it floods...
I think we've got bigger problems than that.
Oh, I'd say this problem's at least 1,000 times bigger than your flowers.
You're not seeing the bigger picture. We need those flowers.
Okay, I'll go back with you to secure the flowers. Why were you down here anyway?
Roger's orders.
Did he issue those before or after he decided to stand on a balcony in the middle of a storm?
He's doing what?
Watching the waves, I guess. He's been out there for a while.
Well, that's nice for him.
What?
Nothing. Let's go. I've got better things to do than rescue some flowers from a downpour.
Hey, what were you doing in the archives anyway? Looking for something in particular?
Not at all. Why?
I was just curious.
In my experience, curiosity has consequences.
Thankfully, I'm not a cat.
What?
It's an old saying. Oh, never mind. Let's go check out those hydrangeas and drag Roger out of the storm. About time he pulled his weight around here.
I'm not supposed to be here. I've repeated the words so much that it's like a song that's stuck in my head. The whole damn thing plays over and over, even when I want it to stop. I'm not supposed to be here. This is wrong. It's not going to end well. 5 years ago, if you were to ask me where I thought I'd be, it sure as hell wasn't here. Part of me used to think I'd be... Well, some things are just best left up to the imagination. Still, there was another part that longed for something landlocked, like, I don't know, Nebraska or something. I could just own a sheep farm and spend the rest of my life tending to a small flock. Instead, I'm here, playing out episode after episode of mystery, science, whatever, with a disgraced engineer, a repentant Quantico dropout, and some grad student who came here for an internship and never left. And Where did you go exactly when you left? I looked for you, you know. For a long time, I looked for you. But every time I got close, you slipped away. Again, and it happened over and over, and I couldn't stop it. I couldn't stop you. So where does that leave us? I'll tell you where it leaves me. In the middle of the friggin' ocean. I'm not even supposed to be here. I found a lead, someone who knew where you were, and then I lost. I lost everything. Well, you know the rest. Would you even recognize me? Things change over time, but I might have changed too much. There are days, most days actually, where I don't recognize myself. So how would you? I'm responsible for this Watchtower, for everything, everyone in it. But I can't hide the truth from the others much longer. Things have been happening at other Watchtowers. Certain assets have gone missing. People have died. And when we get hit, because it'll happen, I can just feel it, I won't be able to keep everyone alive. And the ones who live, will they be able to forgive me for choosing them over their friends? You couldn't. So why should they? But we'll cross that bridge when we get there. God. You know what I mean. I guess it's time to go back inside. This place isn't gonna run itself. Leaving Bertie and Etta alone for too long is just asking for... What the...
Please stand by while your party is reached.
Well, I'm back in the broadcast room after successfully placing Bertie's hydrangeas in our storm protection program. I'm 99% certain that Roger will ask about my traffic report soon, so here you go. There's still nothing. I'm just as shocked as you are again. This reminds me of a time when, not too long ago, nothing happened. Yesterday. I'm referring to yesterday. Oh my god. It's a car. No, it's really a car this time, I swear. It just crashed into the bridge's safety rail. Okay. Yes?
What are you doing up there?
What?
That noise! I thought I saw something in the water right after the lightning hit, and then that noise happened. I swear, if you were making things up again...
Have you, I don't know, looked out the window? You know, like at the bridge.
I see something out there one time, and no one lets me live it down.
Roger, I'm going to say this as slowly as I can. Look out the window. There is an accident. People need our help.
What are you...
Finally. Did you spend so much time looking out at the water that you forgot about the massive intercontinental highway right behind you?
I'll get Kate and Bertie to help. You go down to the submares to check...
Roger that. Roger.
We made it a whole month without you using that joke.
We can update the disappointment counter after you make sure our new visitors are all right. Their car looks like it's in pretty bad shape from up here. Oh, never mind about the car.
Go to Submare 3. I'll bring them in when it's clear.
Okay.
So we were listening to your broadcast, and the strangest thing happened, didn't it, Nora?
My father started to be a backseat driver. It's an old habit. Anyway, that's when I lost control of the car.
She ran us right into the rail.
And your father? There wasn't anyone else with you on the bridge.
I only saw 2 people leave your car.
That's the part that doesn't make any sense.
You're not going to believe us.
You'd be surprised.
So, if you don't mind me asking, did your father...
Die? Yes. But he didn't drown. He had a heart attack 5 years ago. He passed away before the paramedics could do anything. What was that?
It's part of the storm. And I'm really sorry for your loss.
Thank you, that's very kind.
Well, losses like that can be hard. If you'll excuse me.
Bertie, would you mind coming with me to make sure everything's in order for our new guests?
Sure.
I'll take you to the spare room once it's done. And once you're ready, of course.
Maybe we could have a tour of your little watchtower while we wait?
Yeah. I'll bring you around. Are you sure you don't have to call anyone?
Oh, no. You don't need to worry about us. We're right where we need to be.
Sorry?
We were brought here for a reason. I guess you could say we have a connection to this place.
Okay. I'll be out in the hall when you're ready for the tour.
Thanks. You laid it on a little thick there, didn't you, Percy?
Oh, come on. I told her the truth, didn't I?
We must have been listening to two different conversations.
Fine. It was a half-truth, then.
There's no need to make them any more suspicious than they already are. It'll just make things messier. Dial back the theatrics, or I'll do it for you.
You win.
I always do. Try not to make a fool of yourself anymore. We have to move fast.
How much time do we have?
Not enough to take on the big guy. We need to...
You all, gonna leave anytime soon?
Of course. Just gathering up our things.
Great. It's been a while since I gave a tour, so I might be a little rusty.
I'm sure it'll be fine. They'll be expecting us to make contact soon.
And we shouldn't disappoint.
Please stand by while your party is reached.
Hawser to Bollard. Do you copy?
Yes.
We've made it to our destination. Target 1 identified. We're still working on locating Target 2.
Don't linger too long. The girls already revealed too much. Our friends must be on their way by now.
Oh, you don't have to worry about that.
Just be ready to extract us when we give the signal.
I was born ready. Cutting off all contact until you've done your job.
Well, what should we do now?
Get some rest. Tomorrow, the real fun begins.
Thank you so much for listening to The Bridge. This episode was written by Alex Brown and Rebecca Mahoney. It features, in order of appearance, Sarah Grover as the Welcome Brigade, Alex Brown as Etta, David Piccarello as Bertie, Liz Hull as Kate, and Chris Martin as Roger. We're very excited to introduce James Turner as Percy and Danielle Wood as Nora. We're also quite glad to have Jen Elysian back as Bollard. The lovely piece of music that accompanied our creepy cult sermon, as well as the Welcome Brigade's chime, were composed by the one, the only, Sarah Fairchild. Our fantastic theme song was composed by the equally fantastic Jake Hull. This episode was edited and mixed by Alex Brown. This sound effect was provided by Dead Signals, creators of the Archive 81 podcast. Looking for more creepy cool podcasts? We recommend Small Town Horror and the No Sleep podcast. Want to score free tickets to Aqua Land? Sadly, you can't, but you can visit our website at thebridgepod.com. You can also find us on Twitter at bridge_podcast and on Facebook and Tumblr. Please rate and review us on iTunes and feel free to email us at watchtower10reports@gmail.com. It's kind of a long address, but if you go to our website and click on the little mail icon, it'll lead you right to it. Thank you once again for listening to The Bridge. As a special treat, we present an outtake from our very own Liz Hull.
Here it is, in my best Galadriel voice.